Hello, this is Black Diamond Chuck Williams, and it's my privilege to introduce you to Diamond Mark Levesque. Mark is one of the developers of Sherlock University, and he's going to take us on an overview of Sherlock University. It's one of the cornerstones of Sherlock Nation, and Mark, I'm looking forward to this overview, so take us through this incredible product that I know is going to continue to get better and better, but it's already awesome. Thank you very much. Take us away.
Well, thank you, Chuck, and welcome, everyone. It's my pleasure to come to you from Sherlock University. You know, there's a number of ways to get from Sherlock Nation to Sherlock University, and so we're looking at the page for Sherlock Nation, which has the various platforms that are now available through Sherlock Nation. So if you want to see the platforms and go to Sherlock University, you can click on the logo, you can go over to the Sherlock University, click on that, and it will open up that part of the platform for you. Now, there are a number of sections here in Sherlock University, so let's just go through the purpose of it. You know, this is such an important component. It's exciting because this is designed to help you take the limits off of your business. That's why this exists. So I'm really excited about that. But I'm also excited because I've been here before. I was with a company that was a traditional direct sales company, and it was about the size of a global company, so it wasn't very large in respect to the whole company. But the leaders of that company had an idea, and they approached the leadership of the company, and they said, you know, we would really like to do a couple things that I think would really help us today with our organization. One was to create a binary comp plan, which they did, and it was a good binary for the day, but nothing like what we have in the Sherlock. The other thing that they asked to do was to create a learning platform, a training, leadership development, learning platform, which they did. And those two things, the binary comp plan where people are working together and not competing with each other, and the platform where people can grow and learn and build up their teams, build up the individuals of their team, those two components took that company to $750 million of that company's North American revenue. So it was a significant factor in that company's success, and it can be a significant factor in your success. So there's different components of this. What is this about? So you go to the About section, it can tell you why Sherlock University exists. And why does it exist? It exists to empower you, because everyone should be able to make money online. Wealth in our economy has changed. It's no longer created in the industrial age like we have seen in the past. You know, we were talking the other day, myself and another gentleman, about the middle class disappearing. The middle class was created by the Industrial Revolution. It's the people were working in factories and in industries. Those industries are disappearing. So how does the middle class? The middle class isn't totally disappearing. The middle class is moving online, and so people need to learn to move online. And so when we, with the Sherlock University, we're helping people see that the economy is moving online, and we're giving you the tools and the instruction and the information you need to help make that transition. And so, unfortunately, a lot of people don't have those skills. They're here with the Sherlock. They're here with Sherlock University and how to use them. So when a new person starts, now, if this is the first time you've been introduced to Sherlock University and you're new at the Sherlock, Get Started section is the place that you go. If you've been here a while and you have a team, it's where you direct your new people. The Fast Start training is a very important section to go to because it has an overview video of what to do. And Simon Brooks, you see Simon and Fraser Brooks, they're like interviewing each other. And Simon has 38 years of experience in this industry. He's one of the top earners in the industry. He's the top person, Black Diamond, in our company. And so Simon shares with us some of the components of what it takes to share this great idea with others. And so there's a few really brilliant things that he covers. One of them is that he asks Fraser's playing the role of a prospect. He asks him, what industry is really the biggest growth industry today? And Fraser says healthcare, other things. And Simon says, it's the internet. It's 50 times bigger than that. If you think about it, the internet is over $2 trillion today, and it's going to $5 trillion in just a couple years. Mobile commerce alone is predicted to be by Forbes to be $3.2 trillion just in itself in just 2 years. And so that's where the market is going. It's growing in double digits, and it's trillion-dollar industries. That's where we want to be, and Simon lays that out perfectly. He goes on to another concept. So he's sharing with this prospect that there's a couple things that they may not be aware of that could be holding them back financially, holding back their success. So it's important to know that there's only two ways to create an income. One is earned income, where you trade your time for money and you earn a paycheck. The other is passive or residual income, where like actors and pop stars and musicians, that's how they create the income. You do something once, like write a book or do a song, and you create a system for distributing that information or that music, and it creates an income over and over again. You're paid over and over and over again. That's what the Sherlock has done with the Sherlock system. We with our team, we do something once, and it's multiplied over our team. It's leveraged by our team, and it creates a passive income over time. And that's how wealth is created. I love the example of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson made $125 million last year, and he hasn't even been here. And so passive income is a way to really create wealth. We invest some of our time over time, some of our effort over time. We share these concepts with people, and it can create a passive income where eventually we're making money even when we sleep. And so then Simon talks about how excited he is about the business, and he uses some phrases talking about his excitement and how he wants to share what we do with the prospect, and the prospect is on board because of the tremendous opportunity that he's already beginning to describe. And so you can watch the video. The video can be very helpful on going forward with the business. There are some PDFs here that are very helpful. There's a PDF of Simon's script you can use. Down below, Black Diamond Chuck Williams shares some teachings that we had at a tremendous event in the UK a week ago. And those concepts, I mean, we were just, when we heard these concepts, we integrated them quickly into the script Chuck did, and you'll find that it takes components from Simon's experience, components from Chuck's traditional approach, and adds in some really tremendous guidance from Tom Big Al, a renowned direct sales trainer, and it really creates a powerful script. So you can open this PDF up, you can print it out, and you can use it for your script. So let's go back. So that's one of the items in getting started. Getting started also has a checklist. You know, when you start a business, you have a business plan. A business plan, every business that someone starts has to have a business plan. What's your business plan? Well, your business plan is basically your checklist. And the checklist is, what do I do for the first 72 hours? I watch the Fast Start training video. I watch the other videos. I make a list of 100 names. These are the things that we do in our business. So step by step, you go through this checklist, and it creates your business plan, and you know how you're doing. Now, your team, when they get started in this business, this is a real business. You know, the Circuit Court of the United States has said that online addresses are real estate. So your URL that has your ID in it is your window to your online business. It's the front of your store. You have a real online business, and a real business has a real business plan. This checklist can be your business plan. It can make that big of a difference, and for every member of your team as well. So there's other components in the Getting Started guide, and you just go through each one step by step. There's a video there. There's also some text when it's necessary. You can go through it. You can have your team go through it, and they can get started and have all the components of their business in place so they can hit the ground running and they can really be successful. In addition to getting started, we also cover leadership development. One of the top leaders for leadership development, and John Maxwell is one of the top gurus for leadership development. He's world-renowned. A lot of people have used his information. There's a lot of information, a lot of trainings that even the top trainers have drawn from John Maxwell. Chris Robinson is one of the top John Maxwell trainers in the world, and he shared with us a number of his trainings. One is discover the 3 things that hold people back from success. Wouldn't you like to know what those 3 things are? Well, you can watch it in Sherlock University. He also did a complimentary one called Trust the Process. What's the process to becoming successful? He talks about that in this leadership training that he did as well. Every month he's going to do a training, 12 months, complimentary on the laws of leadership. So stay tuned for those. They're coming out every month. And he also has available some advanced leadership training where he's going to be doing mastermind type mentoring online that will be available, and he's also going to be doing coaching sessions. And so stay tuned for that. There's also leadership development here, freedom from fear of failure. You know, we fail forward. You know, everybody makes mistakes. If we're afraid of doing something new, we'll never change our lifestyle. And so, freedom from fear and failing and achieving is so important. We have to learn how to fail forward. And so, this will help you do that, because this is a new business for many people, and they don't know exactly what to do to be successful in direct sales. Entrepreneurial concepts are not taught in school, and they're not learned in corporate jobs or as employees. So we have to learn these principles, and these types of teachings can actually help you do that. So let's go back and look at some of the other components here. So under the videos, there's multiple trainings. There's a LinkedIn training. The LinkedIn training, you know, there were when you go into LinkedIn training, there's a video that has some interviews about the LinkedIn training with about 5 or 6 affiliates, and these affiliates have had hundreds of personal affiliates on their team through this LinkedIn training. I mean, one's had well over 100. Sherry Tabb, who's a former professional tennis player, she said 31 of her 34 personal enrolled distributors where she sold a system to, those 31 of those came through her LinkedIn training. Karen Parsons, who's opened up Africa, has a new global in Africa, she's done the same. So this really does work. And so look forward to that. There's complimentary trainings on how to build a magnetic profile right there for you to use, and other trainings for LinkedIn, using LinkedIn as a source of free leads. There's also power of video marketing. Brandon Ivy, who's a leader in our industry, he's a diamond, he uses video marketing quite extensively, and he's built 3 videos, the power of video marketing, how to make a video, and the first 3 videos. Those 3 components will teach you how to use video marketing. He has added over 170 personal affiliates to his team through video marketing. And he also has advanced video marketing where he goes through step by step, how do you do it? What's the right software? How do I edit? How do I build an intro? How do I build an outro? Then he goes into how do I build traffic to my video? You know, the video is no good unless somebody sees it. And then on YouTube and on Google, and then he goes through how to use tags and different things. And so these are great tools, and they're here on Sherlock University for you. One area that I really like is Periscope. Periscope is a new software. It's pretty exciting, and what Periscope does is it can help you film different events that you're in, and people start watching what you're doing, and you find out you find out new prospects, people you had no idea even existed, because they're watching what you're watching using Periscope. And you know, we different individuals in our company were using Periscope as a way to announce the big event that we had in the UK last week. But also Red Bull, DK New York, Mountain Dew, these companies are all using Periscope to promote their products, to promote their company. So there's a little explanation on how powerful that app can be right here in Sherlock University, and there's more information coming soon about that as well. So let's go back to the video section. Here's one that I think is really important, and you know, there's different reasons why some people succeed in direct sales, others don't. It's really a different mindset. It's entrepreneurial concepts are very different than the concepts that we need to be an employee. And so, in this book, John David Mann, it was recommended to me by one of the top ACN distributors who became an affiliate on my team, and I read it, and it's a tremendous book. And in that book, he talks about a study about what makes a person successful, and you know, it can be different things that can affect a person's success. It can be a person's posture, their belief, it can be their work ethic. It's a number of things, but there was a factor that was common among everyone who succeeded, and that was that they had more than one channel that they prospected in. Often it was not only 2, but it was 3 or 4 channels. And so on this video we talk about different channels for prospecting. Like personal contacts, referrals, social media. We talked about using LinkedIn training for prospecting, video marketing, another one, and so forth. And so this video can help you find other avenues for drawing prospects into your business. So let's look at a couple others of these just to give you a little bit more of an overview. You can find a formulation for growing wealth. It's by multi-millionaire Paul Zane Pilzer, and we talk about what he says is successful what leads to success for an individual, and how the economy is changing, and how to get in front of it. There's Michael Dell's 3 C's. Michael Dell talked about you need 3 C's for a successful online business. Michael Dell was a pioneer of online. I mean, he's the one who really brought commerce online. And so he really knows. And so, you know, he said that you need content. You need a great website. We have individualized websites for each of us with our ID number. That's powerful. So we have an online presence. We have commerce. He said we need content and commerce. Commerce, we have the best of everything because our app finds the best prices of anything you could be looking for online. It's a tremendous opportunity. And he also said we needed to build a community. And we build a community because we have a community of affiliates, and affiliates give away apps, and those are our customers. But our customers stay with us because they're saving money. And if you're saving money, you stick with it. So we've built a community online. And so we have content, commerce, and community. We've nailed it. Michael Dell said he had been able to figure out community. People buy a computer from Michael Dell one time, and they go next time they get a computer, the internet's so big he can't get them to buy a Dell again. And so he said he hadn't figured out how to create loyal buyers. Well, we have through our our low price model. And so the Sherlock has the 3 C's. It's an ideal place to grow your company. Also, there's a video on the Sherlock and Google in the age of abundance. You know, many people think about think scarcity, and we've been in an age of scarcity for the last 1,000 years. But Google has found out a way to mine the internet. The internet is a vast resource of knowledge, information, and wealth. And Google so far has found one of the best ways to mine that. And if you look at Google and you look at the Sherlock, there's so many similarities. Google's product is search, and search is free. The Sherlock's model is finding the best price, and it is free. And so you can see that there's so many connections between the Sherlock and Google. It's really the age of abundance, and Google has found the best way to help people participate in that, but they're not making money from it. They're not increasing their financial standing by using Google, but with the Sherlock they are. The Sherlock not only has found a great way to participate in the age of abundance, but the Sherlock has also found a way for you to participate in it financially, so that abundance becomes yours as well. It's powerful. So there's a number of things in the video section that you can use and find, and it can be very helpful for you. And then finally, training classes. Training classes, these are the kinds of classes that you need to have some details about what you're learning, some how-tos. Here's where you come. And so why is the Sherlock system so important? It's going to talk about a system and the components of it and why it's important. The Golden Circle by Simon Sinek. So we talk a little bit about why knowing your why is so important. You're going to find why covered in the getting started part, but start with why. It goes into it in more depth. Simon Sinek now gets $35,000 for a speaking engagement. Here we talk about the principles, and it's complimentary. How to brand your Sherlock. Sherry Tabb, remember the retired tennis player who's now a Sherlock affiliate. She shows us step-by-step how to brand the Sherlock, the features and benefits of the mobile app. And then Karen Parsons, our global in Africa, she goes through how to use a desktop version, and she also goes through how to give away the app. Here we have something called the memory jogger, which helps you go through different occupations alphabetically so you can remember different people you knew to share the Sherlock with. How to use Sherlock fundraising. It's another one of the platforms here. So you go to this, you hear Black Diamond Chuck Williams talking about how do I use the fundraiser step by step, how do I sign up an organization, what are the guidelines. He goes through it step by step. It's powerful. Power Performer is something that we found that if someone does Power Performer, basically gives away 20 plus apps a month and does 8 demonstrations or presentations and builds up themselves by reading certain materials that can help them grow. When someone does that on a regular basis, they become successful. So Power Performer is basically the baseline for how I can become successful. The Influence Scale is basically how we can start looking at people who we're afraid to call because they're influential, but ironically, those are often the most successful people. Get what we're talking about, and they can create your success by talking to them. So it's a way to help nudge us to talk to people we might be afraid to talk to. And then there's an article here on the greatest expansion of the economy in history. And so Sherlock University is here for you. You have to be an actual affiliate of the Sherlock Nation to be able to use Sherlock University. You have to log in, use your ID and password that you would normally use for Sherlock Nation. And so it's for you, and it's part and parcel of what we receive through Sherlock Nation. So I hope you find this helpful. We are in a new economy. We need new tools and new understanding to cope with it and to prosper and to participate in the abundance that's available in this new economy. And Sherlock University is here to help you do just that. And so thank you for your time. I hope you find this helpful. And if you have any questions, let us know. We're your team at Sherlock University. Mark Levesque, signing off. Thank you.